Hi Capricorn, thank you for joining me and welcome to this reading for love for 2018. This is your yearly love reading using a higher arcana deck. This year I'm using the Angle Tarot, which is the Angel Tarot. It's a really beautiful deck. It's out of print and it's rare, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I really like it. It's full of angels and they're very, very artistic. So let me just make sure that everything's in the same direction. I don't read reversals. If you're interested in another reading for 2018, I am putting in all the monthly, yearly, weekly readings in the folder down below for Capricorn. Make sure that you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising sign. Sometimes watching for Venus or Mars is also good depending on your chart. So if you have any doubt about that, go see an astrologer. I definitely can give you advice about this as well. Here is some information for you regarding your love life, if with your twin flame, soulmate, true love. Now, if you don't have someone, then this side of the heart represents your partner that you are about to receive. So the person that is coming into your life. So don't fret. There is someone out there for you, even if you're single. And so this advice sticks for everyone. Okay? At the starting point of the year, you have the devil. So, okay, this is the card that rules your sign. So with all other signs, I'm kind of critical of the devil, but now moving forward, I feel like for Capricorn, it's really something that is specific to your sign. So this can actually just mean you, but it can actually mean like a overzealous commitment to some kind of tangible or physical issue or thing. For you, you have a stellium that comes through. Capricorn has a stellium, a bunch of planets that comes through their second house in January and February of the year. So right at the beginning of the year, coinciding with the Chinese New Year, there's going to be a bunch of planets in your second house of money. Also, there's a huge emphasis, we know this already, in your first house. And so I talk about this a lot. You have three planets or three bodies there, Saturn, Pluto, and Lilith. And so, yeah, there's a lot of energy there. There's a lot of focus there in your life. But I feel as though there's this overarching chance at maybe too much focus in the material plane. I feel as though you are, in a certain way, bound to tangible things or physical things. But this can also mean that you or your partner or both are at this time welcoming too much toxicity in your life by not flowing in the direction of healthful activities and choosing unhealthy ones. And it's up to you to make a choice to make the right decisions. So you may have started the year off in somewhat a polluted state, but you've had some pretty tough transits that had hampered you possibly last year. Namely, Saturn in the 12th house can produce a lot of hidden events that happened in your life out of nowhere. So that was one that would have been quite difficult. And also, you are going through the North Node in your 8th house, which is kind of one that creates a lot of flux and change. So it's not necessarily bad things, but they are things that are difficult to address, okay? So the next two cards represent your ideals in a relationship, what you're looking for in the relationship, what you want to see happen. So your first ideal is the Strength card. So you want passion in the relationship. You want that deep truth. Now the Devil is referencing there's a possibility of untruths being around you or in the circumstances. And so this is what you are looking for. You're looking for your relationship to clarify or help clarify any dishonesty that you have in your life. Here is your next message. We see the Chariot, and so this is the card of overcoming circumstances, clarifying things, improving on situations, moving on from situations, improving your life. This is the card of kind of how do you say, forgiveness. So if the devil represents a rejection of good things, then the chariot represents the acceptance of good things. And we're talking in a more spiritual sense. So things from the universe, things from God, whichever God you believe in, if you believe in a God. So this is just all blessings, and this is what you're looking for in the relationship. You want the relationship to reconcile things for you, and you want that truth to come through in your life as well. These are the two cards that represent what your partner wants. So here's the first one. They want the Emperor, so they want something very fixed and structural, orderly, fair, earned, an earned success. The next thing that they want is the Star. So they want their destiny, they want their soulmate. They're looking for a very specific one-on-one relationship that is meant to be. They're looking for destiny. They're looking for the ideal partner, or they're looking to be the ideal partner. So I feel as though maybe this event, whatever it was, the devil, it made both of you somewhat shaken. It may have shook you up, and it may have led you to both revert to somewhat extreme desires for the relationship. So you want this kind of like virginal purity, clarifying truth experience in your relationship this year, whereas your partner is a kind of really systematic or structural in what they want. They want a soulmate, they want someone they can marry or start business with, someone who has very regimented rules or very grounded for them, okay? This card will represent your next step in the progress of your love life with your partner, and this card will represent the next step that they will take. Now, if you don't have a partner, they're still going through all these things. It's just you don't know them yet, so you don't. It just gives you an idea of what's going on for them. Here is the next message. Sorry, it's upside down. You're going to make a really big decision this year about welcoming something back in or leaving something behind. I feel as though you're going to leave that toxic thing that has been slowing you behind. So I feel like if it's procrastination, that's one thing that I heard, or if it was substance abuse, smoking, then you're kind of really unapologetically leaving something behind, categorically just removing it completely. And that's because you feel so passionate about having this authentic experience that you are going to do everything possible to make sure that you follow through with that which you have promised for yourself. Here is the next stage of what they had promised or what they had been seeking. And this is the Hierophant. So maybe they're looking for a formalized marriage, possibly, or maybe more so than that, a formalized group of people with whom they can find camaraderie or a committed goal or committed purpose that's shared. So maybe in a certain way they're sharing kind of values, qualities. They agree to share those things in order to see a joint outcome and performance. And I think that that may be the spiritual lens that they use in order to be able to kind of keep clean so that when that ideal situation comes through, it's available. Now, if you're in a partnership and you already know them, they're pushing you to have more and more structure in your relationship and more kind of expression of connection. They're really looking to bring together a perspective and really kind of finalize it or make it really concrete, okay? So the next two cards are advice cards. For you, you have two here and your partner as well. If you know your partner, just tell them, or this will help you deal with them. If you don't have a partner, then this represents what your partner is looking for at this time. It'll give you perspective as to where you are in this situation, where you are in terms of in terms of achieving a love with your partner, right? So here is your first card. We have the Last Judgment card. So I feel as though you are aligning towards fairness and you're moving forward. I think both of you are pulling yourself out of really difficult places. And I feel as though you're really focused on attaining balance. Some of you are going to practice such things as yoga or Tai Chi in order to just center yourself and with the purpose of having this altruistic, positive, super, like when they go low, you go high. This is the energy here. So maybe you're applying towards being very healthful towards yourself, taking care of yourself, and making sure that all those things are addressed. The next message is we have the Fool card, and so you're hoping for a new beginning. The advice is that you pursue a new beginning as soon as it's available to you. I think that you're going to make a certain type of key decision, probably pretty early on in the year, about how to address the matter, how to unfold and grow in situations, and how to have insight into the situation that has kept you back in the past so that you can reconcile and find a healthful beginning. This is like clean living, but maybe not to do with how you live so much. It could be with anything in life where you're really seeking a real kind of clean cut and clean and sober perspective or approach. This is clean and sobriety in the mind as well. So thoughts and ideas are just as important as our intake, right? So this is thinking clearly. If you fell before into some type of challenge with regard to your emotions, I'm sensing lacks of trust, those kinds of things. Those things are also being reconciled. Those things are also one step at a time, you're addressing those things so that you can be more open to your relationship. The advice cards for your partner, we have the Hanged Man. So they need to learn to sacrifice of themselves. This is the lesson that they need to make. They also need to learn a certain degree of pacing, and I think that the community environment is going to help them model that behavior well. So they're going to be around people who are practicing healthy approaches to things, and so patience is going to be something that they can learn from others. Here is the next message. They're needing to let go of certain things. Maybe they're the people who started this devil situation. Maybe they got into some kind of trouble. And I feel as though they need to go through that whole process. They need to do a lot of work. And I'm sorry that but it's not as though you're directly impacted. So I'm wondering how many of you are in a partnership already. Because this feels like you're just doing your thing. You avert danger, definitely. In your January reading, we got the Tower reversed. You're making the right decisions. You avert danger, whereas I think that your partner has inadvertently initiated danger, either because they're sick, with substance abuse and not, or by whatever circumstances. It doesn't matter. Substance abuse is so overly used as an example anyway. Um, but anyway, so I think that you're focusing on finding balance, whereas they're really needing to overhaul something that put both of you or you in that predicament or them in that predicament if you don't know each other. So, and energetically, that would have had a negative downturn. So if you don't know your soulmate, if you don't know your twin partner, and let's say they get into some massive ish, very often people experience viscerally what that person, without having ever met them, spoken with them, don't know of their existence, they have those kinds of experiences. Like the what is it called? When someone lives vicariously through someone, or sympathy, sympathy struggles. I know. Here is the outcome for this reading. So you guys have the Magician. So I think that whenever a partner is going through Hanged Man and the Tower, an overhaul of things, if you are the right person and you see them through it, then you both benefit at the end because you come out so much stronger. But that's not usually, the perfect scenario is never really quite true. I do feel as though as you become more and more balanced, I just command you for this. You want truth and honesty, transcendence in a relationship. That's not even about like a task list of things someone has to meet in order to be with you. It's just a very sensible thing to look for in relationships. And from that, you're building such stability and long-term stability. So don't sacrifice it for other people. Although this isn't like a romance, this isn't like dating, this is some long-term, very trusted thing. The outcome is the Magician. Whatever you put your energy into, Capricorn, this year, remember that stellium in your first house, it's going to really manifest for you. So if you're good and you draw good from all good situations, good will come out of it. But if you're malefic and you create discord and challenge and dissonance in all your situations, then the Magician's going to manifest that forward. I do think it's going to be fine, Capricorn. I don't think that you are going to, muck it up or anything. So you just go do you. Enjoy 2018 in love. I hope your partner clarifies whatever circumstances that they're involved with, and have patience for everyone. We're just catching up to you, so I wish you all the best. Happy birthday to those of you who are watching early, and thank you so much. Please check out my 2018 videos in the section below, or find my Vimeo link for Capricorn and rent 1 or 2 videos for each sign, each house of your zodiac. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you. Bye. Happy New Year.